Okay, it's recording.
How you been?
I'm doing all right. I'm just hanging in there.
Gotcha. Understand, man.
You know, so like, tell me about how did you get into this music stuff?
How did I get into it? I've been playing piano since I was 7 years old. I wrote my first song at 9, and then my first album whenever I was 19. Thought I was done with it. It was in Dallas tree service. I posted a video that if we could be firewood, that they could hit me up and we could get firewood to them. And my daughter was like, "Dad, are you posting that on Facebook?" That's for other people. And I went, "What?" So I posted a video on TikTok and said the same thing. Got a couple million views at night, and started getting interested and asking more about me. I could get guitar, play one way or another. And here we are, man.
Well, when you sent me that song, I said that was incredible.
Thank you.
I never heard somebody's voice going that high up. Mostly, I mean, like, I do my own stuff, but it's not that doesn't sound like that.
Well, I mean, there's thank God for, recording software and stuff like that. So, it was 4 years of work. I wrote it, I started writing it, and then a relationship ended, and then I met somebody else and finished it, and then that kind of fell apart. And so it was one of those that when I sang it, it was kind of tough at first, but I was bound and determined to get it done, so I did. So it was kind of a healing thing at the same time as closure. So it was pretty cool, man. It was weird.
Does your daughter have that talent?
Oh my gosh, man! Finley, she can sing like nobody's business. She's got pipes for days, and I am seriously worried when she's a teenager that she's going to turn into a rock star. That scares the crap out of me. Yeah.
What's your favorite artist you like to listen to?
I'm sorry, what?
What's your favorite artist you like to listen to?
Oh man, my favorite artist to listen to. That's kind of tough. I'm kind of eclectic, so I like everything from Volbeat to Vince Gill to Brad Paisley to Hans Zimmer, who's a classical composer. I like a little bit of everything, man. So it's kind of a kaleidoscope if I'm driving down the road what we're going to be listening to.
So have you been doing shows?
I have. Yeah, we've been playing out and that sort of thing. Just got on with a new management group, and so they're working on booking right now. We've got a few in the works, but the hard part is that what's the priority, putting out another single or touring or that sort of thing. And so it's been kind of a balancing act really right now.
Do you have any songs that you want to record?
You cut out. I'm sorry. What did you say?
Do you have any songs you want to record, like a demo?
Oh yeah, you
can just get them out.
I've got tons of. I've written probably around 850 songs. I think the next one is gonna be a song called "Torn." That's the one that kind of everybody wants to hear. So that'll probably be the next one. And then we've got a couple fast ones that I think we're gonna try and put out. So probably about 3 more singles, and then we're gonna work on an album.
It's fun putting music out there.
Yeah.
So everybody can hear it.
Yeah, it's one of those that you hope and pray that it's going to go well, and I'm fortunate enough to have a lot of support online and with family and friends, and so it's been a an experience holding my breath and going, oh God, I hope this goes okay. And it did. It's done really, really well. So I'm blessed beyond anything I thought. Yeah.
Who would you want to go on tour with if you got the chance to?
If I had a chance to go on tour with anybody, oh man. You know, I would say probably I'd love to tour with Ko Wetzel because he just looks like he would be a ridiculous amount of fun, and I love his music. Brantley Gilbert, I like a lot. Jamie Johnson, Cole Swindell. I mean, all those guys I really, really, really admire and like. Cody Johnson as well. Cody Johnson's like a hero to me. So that would be my
as your ultimate goal to have him on your playlist.
Yeah. And I
or your bill.
So I'm kind of just sitting and pausing and waiting for whenever I hear you, and then you talk back. So.
Oh, okay. Because it's cutting.
Yeah.
Is it cutting out? Oh, that sucks. Okay, here's another one. So have you been like finding different kind of artists in your town to play with?
Not really in my town, no. When I started doing this online, the initial goal was to help up and coming artists kind of produce music and get their stuff out there. And I really had no ambition of getting my stuff out there at all. And so I've been lucky enough to play with a lot of artists and help them write and produce. But I haven't been fortunate enough to find people in my hometown. So I have to drive a lot. You know, I think the closest one to me is 3.5 hours away. So I wish I.
Oh, musician.
Yeah, musicians and artists. I mean, it's. I live in the smallest county in Texas, and there's not a whole lot of. It's not like Nashville. You know, you could open your door and trip over an amazing guitar player in Nashville, and here, you know, people love live music, but it's one of those where if you tell them you're a musician, they're almost apologetic about it. They're like, "Oh, I'm sorry," you know. So it's a little bit different, yeah.
So, do you have any like what's your favorite things like to play when you're on stage?
My favorite thing to play, probably the one that everybody likes the most, and that's probably the most fun for me, isn't one of mine. It's a song by a group called Band of Heathens called Hurricane. And that one is kind of my go-to whenever I really want people to get amped up. That's the one I'll play, and that's probably the most fun for me.
Well, I did see your TikToks a while back ago when you were in Nashville.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Were you playing then?
Yes. Yeah. I was keeping it quiet, but yeah, we were playing. We were working on some stuff. I was writing some music with a few artists there, and so yeah, we were. I hadn't quite decided whether I was going to do this or not, and it took a lot of soul searching, and it took a lot of playing to figure out this is what I'm supposed to do. Just to be quite honest, I didn't want to do this. I didn't want the spotlight. I'm just not that person. But it's what I felt led to do, and I really fought it tooth and nail. I was completely content being a guy that just cut trees and tried to help where he could, and yeah, I still do that. But you know, I think that desires over purpose were a bit out of skew, and so I just had to kind of say, okay, God, wherever you lead, I'll go, and here we are.
have besides getting your song played on my podcast this coming
Hmm.
up week, but have you had your song played on other stations in
Oh yeah,
Texas?
yep. We've had it played in Texas, Louisiana, Oklahoma, Kentucky, uh, Nashville, and California that I know of right now.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So it's and that's, I didn't have a marketing team or anything like that. That's just people online finding it and saying, "Hey, can we play this? I love it," and that sort of thing. And so that's been super humbling. Because this wasn't a big production. I mean, it was just me doing it myself, and you know, I'm lucky enough that people saw the journey and loved being a part of it and wanted to play it, and so they do, and pretty cool.
I mean, I find a lot of bands and musicians a lot.
Yeah. So that's it. Is that kind of your thing? Is you look online for the next up and coming and
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of, well, besides my own music, but I do only do spoken word, and I write all my stuff. And then I have a good friend of mine that produces all of my stuff for me. So, but I do have a lot of musician friends in all different cities that I kind of uh, some. I mean, I work with some of them, but trying to do different things with them. But I like playing their music on my podcast.
gotcha?
I started I had a podcast, well, a radio show in college.
Hmm.
Then then I took that name and kept it,
Right.
and then made it bigger, playing more local musicians that I've been playing, doing got the opportunity to do interviews with some big names. So I mean,
Right.
that was very exciting to me. So
Yeah. I actually
so
I was actually a DJ for a bit in College Station, Texas. So it yeah, small world, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a fun job. I mean, I don't get paid for this. I just do it for
Yeah,
fun.
it's one of those. I definitely like this end of it better than radio because you're in a room by yourself and um, there's really no feedback. There's nobody like getting excited about what you're doing. You just you're talking into a microphone, staring at a computer screen, and just watching phone lines light up and hoping that people like what you're doing. Um, I like being able to see
Yeah.
people and that sort of thing.
Well, I used to when I was in college. I used to have a show with somebody, and we had a show together. So it was two guys in a sound system. So I took that name, and then just now I'm just doing it solo.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Well, keep it up, man. For real, keep it up. It sounds like it's a
Okay.
passion for you, and it sounds like you're doing okay at it. So don't quit, man.
I mean, I have the other podcast that I do on the side, the Uncles and Fatherhood podcast, but that one's growing as well too. So,
Gotcha.
but
Gotcha. Yeah, I
just
remember you doing that as well. Yeah.
taking. So I mean, I do that on the side
Right.
too, but I do like my music.
Gotcha.
It's more fun.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think the funny thing about music for me is that everybody you're not going to find anybody that hates music. Everybody likes some type of music, and the funny thing is that music's one of the few art forms where once it's one of those things that you can't keep. As soon as it's done playing, it's gone. You've got no evidence that it ever happened until you play it again. And painting, you can hold it. It's tangible. It's something that you have evidence that it occurred. Music's one of those things that's an experience by nature, and I think that's one of the things I love about it, and that's one of the things I hate about it because it's really hard to kind of convey what it's like. You play a show that's great, and the audience is just going nuts, and then when it's done, it's over. You might have a video of it or something, but you can't convey that experience again. So it's one of the few art forms that's fleeting and is amazing when it exists, and then it's over when it doesn't. So I don't know. Maybe I'm too deep.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I write a lot of spoken word, and so I mean, that kind of like all the songs that I've been writing is mostly about my life.
Gotcha.
What I'm going through, and some are happy songs, some are good songs, and coming out with a new one sometime this summer. I don't know when, but hopefully soon.
Well, let me know when you get it done. I'd love to hear it.
But all my other music is on Spotify and all those cool platforms.
Gotcha.
I have a couple of videos on TikTok on there.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Like lyrics.
I checked out a couple of those videos. I didn't know that was your music though.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. I take it. That's cool, man. Good job.
Well, I just do it. I just do it for fun and just getting the word out. Like over Father's Day, I had it played on a local podcast in Kansas City, so I'm just excited for that.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of nice because I can play the songs on my podcast, so everybody can listen to it every other week, or just play it normal.
Right.
But I mostly like to play a lot of all different kinds of music: pop, indie, folk.
I like every pretty much except I'm not. I heard it for the first time about a year ago, and I went, no, I can't do it. And it was Chinese rap. That's not my thing. It was really hard to. I couldn't. Yeah,
K-pop?
That one I couldn't get through.
No, I don't understand it.
Yeah, it was a thing.
It's different.
It definitely is different. That would be an accurate statement. It's different for me. I'm sure they love it over there. But
yeah,
not quite my thing.
There's good ones. I like mostly my favorite musician that's from Nashville. That's she's not signed, but how I found her was her management got in contact with me years ago.
Yep.
And it took me 4 years to see her live.
Right.
And I was so happy, so I got to see her when I was living in Delaware at the time.
Gotcha.
And she's amazing. Her name is Mary Jennings.
Okay.
She's a singer-songwriter. She lives in Nashville. She also makes some amazing bolo ties.
Amazing what?
Bolo ties.
Oh, no kidding. Okay. All right. Gotcha. Gotcha. I swear I thought you said bowl of, and I'm like, bowl? What?
No.
So, no. You're great, man.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
But yeah, she's really good.
Gotcha. Well, send me her info. I'd love to check her out.
She's also on TikTok.
Okay.
But I'll send you the information.
Yeah, please do, man.
Information. I'll send you a list of some artists I like.
Okay.
That I maybe would like yourself. But yeah, just a lot of cool things happen with me.
Yeah, no kidding. Sounds like it, man.
Yeah. Let's see. Do you have any hobbies besides music?
Oh my, yeah. So I do woodworking. I try to spend as much time with my kids as I can. That's probably my biggest hobby. I fly a little bit. That's about it. Music takes up most of the time. And then I'm an arborist by trade, so cutting trees and that sort of thing. So that's about it. And then probably the biggest hobby I have is helping in natural disasters, or working with the United Cajun Navy doing search and rescue or recovery is a big passion of mine.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. It's a great organization.
So do you work on houses for them?
Do I work on? I'm sorry, what?
Do you work on houses for them? Like putting things into?
No. What I typically do is I would coordinate. I'll coordinate a response effort. The last operation mine was in Oklahoma, where the family swept away in a river, and we were there for I think 6 days, doing recovery and looking for him. So we brought in canine teams and that sort of thing, and eventually he was recovered. So yeah, that's kind of what we do. I went to the tornado that went through Dawson Springs, Kentucky, and did tree removal for about a month. So no, I don't really need to go out there whenever it's chaos.
Just asking.
No, yeah, no, you're great. No, I wish that I get the more. I get the front side. I wish we could more up a little bit less about finding.
Did you ever play an instrument in when you were younger?
Yeah, I started playing piano whenever I was 7, and then when I got into high school, and I played like trombone and sax and sort of when I was when I was 13, I figured out that you're really not going to get a date with a girl that you keep playing, so that's. So that's kind of how that worked. The piano's still my main instrument.
So the song you sent me, does that have piano in it?
Say that one more time, you cut out.
Is the song that you sent me, does that one have piano in it?
Very little. It does. Where is it at? Yeah. Can't really hear it. But it kind of gets buried in there. It's in there, I promise. It's on nights and that road. Yeah, there's always going to be piano on that music. You can't live without piano. Come on. It's a necessity.
No, you can't. And I guess you need a little guitar in there.
Oh, there's just a few.
At one point.
I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 12 guitar tracks in that song. And one piano.
So when you did that song, did you do it did you do it in like a studio, or did you go just do it in your
I mean,
basement?
I've got a little bit more than a home studio, but a little bit less than like a Nashville recording studio. So I was able to do all of the tracking and recording here, and then I went to Nomad Studios north of Fort Worth in Argyle, and that's where we mixed it and mastered it. But everything that was recorded was me here. So, yeah.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean,
Yeah,
it's literally a one-man band, right? You know, on this album. So, yeah.
Well, I mean, a lot of people are very talented in that kind of world.
Well, I don't know. Maybe I'm just too dumb to quit.
Technology. Oh well, that could be.
It could be. It might be. I don't know. I don't know, man. It's one of those where it was just something I had to finish, really. And now that I got that one out of the way, it's funny how like everything else is so easy to write.
So is it easy to write a good song? Do you ever get a lot of emotional into a song?
Oh man, yeah. This I'll tell you point blank. The first couple times that I tried singing this one live by myself, the first 2 times I broke down crying because there is so much into it. It's probably one of the hardest that I've ever written. So, yeah, everything about this song is a true story. It's just not all stories last forever, and so that was the hard part about this one. So yeah, there's a ton of emotion in this one, and a lot of them that I write. It's easier, to be honest. It's easier to write it about somebody else than yourself, because you have that degree of separation, so it's not as intense. And it's a lot easier to paint a picture whenever it's not close to home. But then again, a lot of times whenever it hurts really bad, that's whenever it becomes the most real.
I have one song like that.
Yeah, it's so yeah. I mean, to be honest, there's some days that I'll be playing that song, or there's a few that really hit home, and I'll choke up and have to turn around and get my crap together real quick, and hope that nobody noticed, but people always do. So yeah, yeah.
Would you ever want to co-write a song with somebody?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I co-write a lot. Torn, the next one that I'm doing, I wrote that with one of my really good friends, Katie B. And she came to me with the idea. She was going through a breakup, and she said, "I'm a little too close to it. Can you help me?" And we wrote it, and it turned out great. Wrote one called "Long Gone, Moving On" with Josie Lynn out of Canada. I prefer to write with people instead of writing by myself.
So, how did you come up with the name for your projects?
The name,
like your artist name.
Oh, my artist name. Okay, so whenever I started on TikTok, my name is Bryce, and that's my @ which is BRYCE. And people started saying, it's amazing what you're doing with the firewood and that sort of thing. And I didn't think it was amazing at all. I thought it was just, what you should do. And my my daughter is 11 going on 30. And we sat down. I promised her at a young age that I'd never lie to her, and I wish I would have never made that promise. But she's like, "Dad, are you doing okay?" And I told her, I was like, "Honey, I don't understand any of this. I'm just doing the right thing, and everybody's singing my praises, and it's really kind of uncomfortable." And she said, "Well, Dad, everybody needs an anthem." What? And I was like, "Dude, what now? Say that again." And she goes, "Everybody needs an anthem." And I went, "Okay." And it wasn't 15 minutes later that she said, "I hate it that good people go unsung." And I went, "Bingo, that's it." So that's where the username came from, is Anthem Unsung. And the thing is that I, just knocked off the unsung because I can't really say that I'm not singing anymore. Plus, it'd be a really confusing, music name, and just did Anthem. And that's kind of what I hope to accomplish with this music is, I've been at the lowest of low, and I hope to, if for nothing else, I hope that people can see me and realize that it doesn't matter how bad life gets. It doesn't matter how low you get. It doesn't matter how dark things get. You can overcome it, and there's light at the end of the tunnel, and you can overcome anything. And I'm living, breathing proof of that. With faith and tenacity, you can overcome anything. And that's, I guess, why I'm doing this. Is it's not. I don't like fanfare, and I don't like celebrity or anything like that. I just want to prove people wrong and say, you say that you can't do something. Well, I'm 40 years old. I'm too old for this crap, but I'm doing it. And if I can do this, you can do whatever you're doing, And that's kind of what I hope for.
Well, sounds like you're doing everything that you can.
I sure as heck am trying. That's for sure. Definitely giving it my best shot.
Well, you got a good song there.
Well, thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. Anything else you want to share?
No, buddy. I think that's about it. Thank you. Thank you for taking the time to talk to me, and appreciate you having me on.
Oh, you're welcome.
Appreciate it.
It's been a while since we tried to get in touch.
If I'm not mistaken,
it's been a long.
I think we were supposed to.
I don't really go on. It's been a tough trying to go back and forth on TikTok, trying to find a time to do this.
Yeah, between tornadoes and recording and traveling and that sort of thing, it's kind of been a bit hectic. So I'm glad we had time to connect and talk and finally do that, man.
Well, thank you so much for coming on and doing this with me. It means a lot.
Well, thank you, Daniel, and thank you for all your support, and keep up what you're doing, buddy.
Oh, thank you. I'll let you know when it's up and running.
Yep.
I'll put it on all my platforms. And a little, I could try to put it on TikTok.
You're good.
After.
You don't have to do that, but if you want to, you're more than welcome to, and if you do, I'll tag you.
Okay.
I'll do that.
Well, it's good chatting with you, and have a good night.
Hey, you too, Daniel. We'll talk to you later, buddy.
Okay.
Thanks. Bye.